Hello and welcome back once again to the Wrestling Rant. It is now time for my predictions for the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. I got the full card, or at least what I think is the full card, from WWE.com, as well as a match. If you saw the SmackDown spoilers video, they hinted at a match that was supposed to take place at the pay-per-view, but we'll see. Either way, let's go ahead and run down the card. The kickoff, we have Curtis Axel, the Intercontinental Champion, defending against Big E Langston. I can only imagine that Axel would have Ryback and Paul Heyman at ringside with him to help him. But then again, Punk may also be at ringside in Big E's corner, so it really could go either way. But something tells me Axel's probably going to retain. Don't get me wrong, I hope Big E will win and take the title away from Axel because Axel don't fucking deserve it. But something tells me they keep pushing this Axel guy even though nobody really cares about him. Anyways, yeah, my prediction for that match is Curtis Axel to retain. So that's the kickoff show for the pay-per-view. For the actual pay-per-view, we have our Divas title match, AJ Lee versus Brie Bella. It's kind of hard to predict this one because AJ has beaten Brie in the past, at pay-per-views no less. Hell, I think it was the last pay-per-view she beat Brie once. So, don't know why they're doing this again. But they've built Brie up. She's actually pinned AJ in non-title matches. And God knows they might be stupid enough to give one of the Bellas the damn Divas title back. Don't know why. I'm sorry, but even though Brie is marrying Daniel Bryan in real life, Daniel Bryan's popularity is not necessarily going to translate over to Brie. It's just not going to happen. The Bellas are not very interesting. They don't have much charisma, and they're not all that great in the ring. So it's just not going to work that way. My prediction is AJ will retain. She'll probably have Tamina in her corner, although Brie will probably have Nikki in her corner. Who knows? And God only knows, maybe they'll do something completely retarded, like having more of the Total Divas cast members like Natalya and the Funkatwits and Eva Marie and JoJo. They may come out to interfere in the match and cost AJ the title. I really hope they don't do that, but something tells me they just might be dumb enough to do that. But my very hopeful prediction is AJ to retain once again. After that, here we have the tag title triple threat match. You have the new champions, Cody Rhodes and Goldust, defending against the former champions, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns of The Shield, and also the Usos, who had already earned a number one contendership to the title, but were passed up in favor of the Rhodeses for some reason. But anyways, there doesn't seem to be any special stipulations for this match other than it being a triple threat. My hope is Rollins and Reigns will thrive on chaos like the Shield always does, and they will capitalize on the Rhodeses and the Usos making a mistake or getting into it with each other or something, and hopefully the Shield will win the titles back. Because in all honesty, I understand that the match where Cody and Goldust won the titles was a do-or-die sort of situations. They had to win, or they weren't going to get their jobs back, you know. Okay, fine. So they won the match, they won the titles, and they got their jobs back. We don't need them to carry the tag titles anymore. I think they should honestly go back to the Shield, and the Usos suck. So, yeah. So yeah, that is my hopeful prediction once again. Hopefully Rollins and Reigns will win back the titles. It might come off as cheap or dirty or something, but again, they'll thrive on chaos like they always do. So, yeah. After that, we have the first actual Hell in a Cell match of the night, and that's the handicap match, Ryback and Paul Heyman versus CM Punk. This one I'm also kind of, it's not so easy to predict. Punk was able to win at the last pay-per-view, and that was all well and good, but now they're in a Hell in a Cell, and it's Ryback and Heyman. God, I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and predict Punk once again. I feel like he really needs to win. This whole feud just needs to end. The people aren't really liking it very much. It's really killing off any momentum that Punk had. And I kept hearing that Punk was supposed to side with Daniel Bryan in this feud against the Authority. And since Punk already had his Raging Against the Machine sort of thing before, you know, Punk would probably be the perfect ally for Daniel Bryan in this situation. But yeah, so once again, I'm predicting that Punk will win. He'll hit the GTS on Ryback and then proceed to beat the fuck out of Heyman and either pin Heyman just to get the win back that Heyman got over him when Ryback first became a Paul Heyman guy. The handicap match was Heyman and Axel, and then Ryback came in and interfered. That's my guess. Punk will probably try to pin Heyman to get his win back. Hopefully he does, and hopefully this feud will come to an end. I don't know, though. After that, the World Heavyweight Championship match. Alberto Del Rio defending against the returning John Cena. This match is so easy to predict. It's really just painful. Cena's obviously winning this match. There's not really any doubt about it. And the reason it's painful is because this is going to be Cena's first match back. He didn't have to win any matches to win number one contendership status. He wasn't in any battle royals or anything. No, this is going to be his first match back after losing the WWE title to Bryan 2-3 months ago and returning from his elbow surgery, his tricep, whatever it was. This is going to be his first match back. and they're just handing him a world title match. It's sickening that they think they can just do that. But it's obvious that Cena's going to win. And not only that, but there's been a lot of talk that Del Rio needs to be removed from the world title picture because he's just sucking all the life out of it, you know? So, yeah. And while I would agree about that, you could argue that, you know, there are other people who could take the title away from Del Rio. There's plenty of other people. I mean, he still kind of has unfinished business with Dolph Ziggler, although Ziggler's basically been turned into a freaking jobber lately. Not to mention our Money in the Bank holder, Damian Sandow, who could potentially cash in on whoever wins this match. Although if he even tries to cash in on Cena, he's going to get the shit kicked out of him by Cena. Cena is probably going... This match, this world title match with him and Del Rio, is probably going to be insultingly short. It may even be the first match on the pay-per-view. They might do it just to get it out of the way and just, you know, get things going. But Cena could probably just run into the ring, beat the holy shit out of Del Rio, 5 moves of doom, hit the attitude adjustment, and fucking pin him. And that would be it. It would seriously be 30 seconds to a minute long, and it would be over. Del Rio jobbed out and just completely buried. I could totally see them doing that. I really doubt it'll be any sort of a competitive match. Del Rio's probably going to come out of this looking like shit. But then again, it's almost impossible not to when you go against Cena. But anyways, that's my prediction. Cena's more than likely going to win. After that, you also have the other Hell in a Cell match. The match for the still vacant WWE title match. Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan. And once again, I will predict Daniel Bryan. With the Hell in a Cell around the ring, it should hopefully keep anyone out from interfering. Although, the downside to that is, with Shawn Michaels as our special referee, nobody will be able to get in and kick the shit out of him when he tries to backstab Bryan, which is almost a certainty at this point. The writing is all over the walls. I believe it was the ending segment of Raw, where there was the big confrontation, the contract signing, and yeah. It was so blatantly obvious they're going to try and have Michaels backstab Bryan. I don't know. But some tells me Michaels could try to backstab Bryan, only to have the Big Show come in and interfere somehow. I mean, as big and strong as he is, they could have him come in with a set of bolt cutters or something to cut the lock off, or he could just come in and try and rip the door off, and come in, KO Michaels and get him out of the way, KO Orton, and then have another referee come out and count the 3 for Bryan to win. I don't know. It really could go a lot of different ways. But I'm thinking this is going to be the point where Bryan wins, possibly clean. They could have Michaels play the match completely straight and be completely fair and unbiased. Do it right down the middle. And he could just count the 3 very fair and partial, or impartial, for Bryan. Bryan can win clean, no shenanigans, and Triple H will obviously come out fuming because his bitch boy Orton got beat fair and square, and his buddy Shawn Michaels didn't do what was best for business with sarcastic quotes around it. Didn't do what was best for business by helping Orton win, so he'd be pissed off at Shawn Michaels. Yeah. Very hopeful that Bryan will win, but then again, they could try to pull a fast one and have Michaels backstab Bryan and let Orton win just because of Triple H's influence. I don't know. But I will officially say that I'm predicting Bryan to win this match. Now, the only other match that they said was going to happen, like I said, if you saw the SmackDown spoilers video, it did seem like they had confirmed a match, a tag team match between Los Matadores and the Real Americans, Jack Swagger and Antonio Cesaro. They did sort of confirm that as an official match for the pay-per-view. So that'll probably be in there somewhere. If it is in there, I'm going to have to guess, or predict rather, that Los Matadores will probably win. So there'll probably be shenanigans on the outside with El Torito and Zeb Coulter, and who really gives a shit? This feud is so pointless. Nobody really cares. Those are all the matches that are confirmed. And as my usual, the possible things that could possibly happen, as I mentioned, Sandow could try to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase. He's been carrying that thing around forever. It's about damn time he cashed it in. Despite having 2 or 3 golden opportunities to cash it in, he didn't. So, I don't know what the hell they're doing. And also, another thing that could be possible, although it's not necessarily likely, we could have a U.S. title defense. Ambrose still has the U.S. title. I don't know who he would defend it against. I don't think he's still feuding with Ziggler. So, I don't know. They might do that match again just cause. With the other matches, it seems like it could be a short pay-per-view. I don't know. Actually, that's about the same as it normally is. The Divas title match probably won't be that long. The triple threat tag match could go a while. I'm guessing maybe 15 to 20 minutes. Ryback and Heyman versus Punk will probably be about 20 minutes. Del Rio and Cena, like I said, will probably be over in a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Tops maybe 5 to 10. I doubt that match will go much longer. Cena will come in and mop the friggin' floor with Del Rio. That's about certainty right at this point. Orton and Bryan, the Hell in a Cell with Michaels as the referee. That one's going to go at least 20 minutes, could go 30. I don't know. Los Matadores and the Real Americans, that one might only go 7 to 10 minutes, maybe 15 at the most. And if Sandow cashes in, considering Cena is more than likely going to win, if Sandow does try to cash in on Cena, that'll last maybe 1 or 2 minutes of Cena beating the shit out of Sandow. After recovering from the briefcase beating that he'll probably take. And the U.S. title match, if that even happens, which they haven't shown any sort of... they haven't even hyped any U.S. title thing going on at all. Like I said before, it seems like they alternate every other pay-per-view. Last pay-per-view was the U.S. title. This one's the Intercontinental, even though it's only on the frickin' kickoff. Next month it'll probably be the U.S. title again, and they just go back and forth. So they probably won't even do a U.S. title match. But if they do, and it is Ziggler, it'll probably be another 10 to 15 minutes. But yeah, those are my predictions for the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. I will hang on to these notes and make sure that I can compare them when the pay-per-view actually happens. As I said before, I am working this Sunday, so I may not be able to see the whole pay-per-view, but I will get notes on what I miss. If I even do miss anything, I might be able to get home early enough. But anyways, those are my predictions. Thank you for watching, and join us on Sunday when we go over the actual pay-per-view. Join us then.